Hey Aries, welcome to my channel Intuitive Tarot Empath. I'm Robin. This is your general reading for July 2018. In the event that this does or does not resonate with you, you can go check out the videos for your sun, moon, and or rising signs to get the full information about the energies surrounding you throughout the end of June, which I guess is just one more 24-hour day. Not really, because it's already 7 in the morning where I am. All throughout July and then the beginning of August. So with that said, I'm going to shuffle the cards. You are more than welcome to fast forward through this part if you don't want to watch it. Alright, so let's see. What are the energies surrounding Aries for July 2018? Energies surround. Energy. Alright, so I think we have about 3 more shuffles. A 1. A 3. Alright. So 1, 2, that one on the end. So let's see what you got here, Aries. So we have the 9 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups in reverse, the Justice card, and finally the Devil. Alright, so Aries, I think that for a lot of you, the energy surrounding you is that of the Magician. So I think that Aries are in a period of time where they're ready for something new. I think that some of you, from what it looks like, some of you are going to be opening new businesses. If this is a love reading, I feel like some of you are ready to put yourselves out there again. But this is you kind of starting at the beginning, feeling confident, feeling fresh, feeling ready, feeling new. You realize that you have all of the things that you need within yourself to make a good life. And I think that you've been in the process of like putting your boats out to sea, and now you're kind of watching your returns. So you've been in a really good period of time. There's been a lot of positivity. There's been a lot of, I think, working on yourselves to get yourself back to where you were before, or just, I don't know that there was a before. But let's look at the cards and I'll explain what I mean. All right. So what we have here is the 9 of Wands. So I think that there was something that you were very passionate about, that you were working on, that you worked so hard that then you felt like you had to guard it. So this is the on guard card, so to speak. So this could be about, you working on yourself and you feeling as though you're not necessarily ready to completely put yourself out there, and so you're guarding what you've worked on within yourself. Or this could be in a business situation that you've worked really hard on something at work. You kind of take ownership of it. It's your baby, and so you don't want anyone else to, put their name on it or take ownership of it, or, like the possessive card, the defense card, like you're kind of, taking care of it and really, like defending it, taking care of it, guarding it. So what crosses you is the Knight of Cups in reverse. So I think that, once again, this goes kind of with the theme of what I see here, in that being on guard. The Knight of Cups in reverse speaks to like wanting to give your heart to something but not being ready to, or not quite being in a place where you're ready to reach out yet. So obviously this could be with your actual heart if you're still kind of tender from a relationship or something that has happened in a relationship and like the rebuilding of something. Or this could be even with a work situation where it's like maybe you've been working on a project, it's been kind of secret and you're not ready to reveal it yet. Especially with that Nine of Wands card. So what we have underneath you is the Four of Pentacles, because we are just keeping along with the cards at my chest theme of today's reading. So once again, another on guard card. So this card is about not letting go of certain things. So like not letting go of emotions or finances, or kind of like holding on tight to all of the things that you're afraid of. If you let go of them, you're never going to see them again, or you're never, they're just going to fall off the cliff and like cease to exist. So I think that there for you has been a lot of like being on guard. But what's interesting is that there's this offer. So either you've been given an offer or it hasn't come yet, but it's going to. Obviously because it's Pentacles, yeah, this is Pentacles. This could be about the money you make. And so it's like a new job offer, a new job opportunity. Obviously, if this is a love reading for you, this could be an offer of new love. But I think that while you were busy holding on to things so tightly because you were afraid to let them go, there's something else that the universe wants to usher in. And I think once it ushers that in, because you've let go a little bit, you start to see the possibilities of what the world around you has to offer. So it's almost like you go from tightening up to opening up. And like no longer is it about being afraid to lose things that you've cultivated, but it's about what are the other possibilities? Like if this offer was possible, what else is out there for me? And you really starting to consider that question and in regards to your life. I think that for some of you, as you're kind of getting yourself ready for what's next, and you're kind of starting to let go, I feel like some of you are going to feel like the Wheel of Fortune has turned not in your favor. I think that some of you are going to feel as though luck is not on your side. What's interesting is that the only reason why I think that for some of you this is the way that you feel is because there's so much guarding energy, there's so much holding on energy. And I think that for some of you, it may put you in a bad mood that you've been challenged by the universe to let go of certain things. I think that also, if we're looking at, I don't know, just this pervasive energy of like, why do I have to let go of this? Just the Wheel of Fortune, on the downturn because you're afraid. That's what it is. This is showing some sort of fear. But the universe is asking you to let go because there are other opportunities and other possibilities. So the Wheel of Fortune is not going to be in the downturn for long. And the only reason why it's there is because you feel like it's there. It's not actually there though, because you get past that period of time where you're feeling like things are not necessarily working out the way you want them to. But then you wake up one morning, the offer comes through, something happens where you're inspired to give of yourself. It's like after so long of not being ready, you're ready. And so here's a Page of Pentacles who's ready to offer up what he has. There's messages back and forth, communication. So if this is a relationship situation, this is you giving up your heart, communicating the thoughts that are on your mind to a either partner who you're currently with, or someone who's new in your life, or this is you within the company that you're at or looking for a new job, kind of offering up the work that you've been doing, or your interest in other projects. But either way, this Wheel of Fortune that's on the downturn is only because you feel like it is. It's not actually that way. And in fact, I think that you realize at some point that it's not as bad as you're making it out to be, and that makes you ready to give yourself up. Not give yourself up so much as it's like offer what you have to the people who you feel could benefit from it. So as we're, and that could all be, within the first couple of weeks of July. Because what we have is that you're no longer disappointed about things that you lost. I think maybe what happened is that you held on to something so tightly. An offer came, you thought to yourself, what else is possible for me? What does the world have to offer me? And in having to open yourself up that way, or in the universe opening your mind that way, you had to give up a couple things. And so that made you feel sad. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is like you feeling sad. It's a sad card. It's you feeling like luck isn't on your side. But then you realize that you still have one extremely valuable thing left to give. Obviously, it's not just one. Obviously, you have more than one valuable thing to give to this world. But if we're looking at it in terms of what's on the card, that's just to continue the story. So the Four of Cups is saying that whatever it was that you were so emotionally connected to that you had to give up, you're no longer mourning the loss of it. Now you're seeing the other opportunity that's presented to you now that you've opened yourself up to new opportunities. So like I said, this could very well be giving up something in a relationship so that your relationship can progress in a way that's fair to both of you. This is giving up the disappointment that came along with an old love or breakup or whatnot. And so now that you're opening yourself up, you're starting to see the other opportunities that are around you. And in work, this is about, letting go of the possessiveness that you feel over the projects that you're working on, and then having other people see, I think that it's letting them see your true worth. Not that they didn't see it before, but you were so bent on keeping everything close to your chest. I don't want anybody to know about this. This is mine. I've worked on it. I don't want anybody else to have, ownership over this. But you stop that. You open up. What we have here is the Justice card. So I think that obviously the Justice card is about justice being served. Perhaps the reason why you held things so close to your chest was because you felt as though in the past, because usually that's where these things stem from, any sort of fear is from things that we've been through in the past. You felt as though someone took ownership of something, or maybe, in a breakup, somebody was the one to move on first, and you felt as though it wasn't fair. And so as we move into July, around the third week or so, we have this Justice card, feeling as though any wrongs in your life have finally been righted, justice has been served, the scales have been balanced. There's this real feeling of like clarity, of letting go, of feeling as though you got what you deserved in a positive way, that things worked out the way that they were supposed to. The Justice card can sometimes be about legalities, so I wouldn't be surprised if, for some of you, we're talking, there's not many sword cards here, but, for some of you, I wouldn't be surprised if this was about a divorce, going through and you feeling like it's going through in your favor finally, because, holding on to money, guarding what's yours. For some of you, it's about that project that you worked so hard on, you know, that you took ownership of, that, you know, you really, it works out in your, like, it all works out in your favor. Um, you know, you move on. If it's a relationship, you move on from it. Like, whatever hurts or injustices you feel were served you, you move on from it because you feel like you're in such a good place that justice has been served in your favor. So like I said, that Wheel of Fortune card, it doesn't stick around for a long time. So what we have here is the Devil card. So the Devil card is the outcome of this. So I think that what this is saying is to be careful of the people in your life who don't necessarily have your best interest at heart. And I think that this was who you were kind of walling yourself off against in the first place. So this could be an ex who comes, like, isn't it true that, like, anytime you start to do good, exes, like, sniff you out and they're like, hey, heard you doing good, what's up? And it's like, yeah, I was doing good because you were fucking gone, so, like, be gone. So be careful of this person. This could be your ex who, like, sniffs out that things are going well, and they come back trying to be all like, hey, girl, or hey, boy, but, like, no, we don't want you back, okay? Or this could be the person at work who, like, and notice I always got his hand up, like, hey, no, bitch, no. Or this could be the person at work who, like, you worked closely with or was keeping an eye on the project that you were working on, the one that you were kind of, like, guarding your shit against. And this is a person who comes here and is like, hey, I heard you've been doing some good work, want to work together? And it's like, no. This is also about vices. So, like, if you've been working really hard to let go of something, you know, like a problem with alcohol or a problem with drugs or, you know, a problem with anything that you consider to be a vice that doesn't serve you, I think the Devil card is saying to be careful because you might be falling into a place where you feel comfortable enough to think that it's okay to pick those things up again. The kind of mentality of I can stop at any time I want to. So just, you know, just be careful. This does not have to be the way things go. There is so much free will involved with tarot. So, like, just because this person or this vice will come back into your life doesn't mean you have to entertain it. I myself have had tarot readings. As I look for clarification cards, I'll share one with you. I had gone through a really bad breakup, maybe like 2 years ago, and a month in, I had gone to a reader because I love tarot cards. I love getting my tarot cards read, even though technically I could do it for myself, but I feel like I'm a little too close to the fire, you know? And the reader told me that my ex-boyfriend was going to come back, that his friends wanted to see us together, and that they were going to start inviting me to a lot of different parties to try to kind of, like, put us together. And I was thinking to myself, the ex-boyfriend that I just broke up with, like, really, like, we're not talking, none of my friends want to see us together, so I don't really understand how it could be him. A couple days later, I get a message from the ex-boyfriend before him. Sounds like I have a lot of ex-boyfriends, but it's really not that many. I get a message from the friend of the ex-boyfriend before this one, saying, oh, come to a party, it's my birthday, it's July 4th, I have so many parties going on, come to the parties. And then she said, he has been missing you so much, we miss you so much, we want to see you together. And it immediately brought me to the tarot card reader and what she had said about the ex-boyfriend coming back. And I totally misinterpreted who it was. It was this other one. And I shut that shit down real quick. No to all the invitations. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate your kind words of encouragement and support, and that you know, felt like he and I were good together. But you know, and I even said to her, you didn't have to date him. You have no idea how difficult it was to date this person. You know, I'm very happy, or I wasn't very happy. I just gone through a breakup, so I was completely heartbroken. But, you know, I'm very happy where I am now, and, you know, let's just let a sleeping dog lie. And that was the end of it. But did the tarot card reader say that that's what was going to happen? Sure. Could I have gone in the way of restarting a relationship with that person? Sure. Did I want to? Hell no. 3 years of hell with that person. I'm not inviting devils back into my life. And then we moved on. He's engaged to someone else now. It only took him like 6 months. Alright, so I'm going to shuffle these cards like 3 more times. I only tell you that story to tell you that for those of you that are looking at this and you're saying like, oh, that devil is scary, or no, you're wrong, or, you know, I don't want that to be the outcome, it doesn't have to be. You can go in a completely different path and that can change that outcome. So don't be afraid of that devil. In fact, we're going to pull some clarification cards for that devil. So, yeah. Always, 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 always. See? I knew it. You guys are not going to be choosing that. So that's what's going to be in your path as a possible outcome. So like all this stuff happens, and the 4th week of July, here this devil comes back, either in the form of a vice or in the form of a person. And they are somebody who is meant to be in your life. It's a karmic thing. They came into your life because the universe ushered them into your life in order to teach you a lesson that you need to learn. So, but the thing is, okay, so I started like 2 sentences at the same time. The stars are about the universe ushering something in. Your intuition is knowing that this person was going to play an important role in your life for some reason. And it's because it was a karmic lesson. You were meant to learn this lesson. But what's great is that it's in the past. So where those cards lie is on the other side of the black smoke. Whatever is on the other side of the black smoke is not necessarily great. It's not necessarily terrible. But it's in the past. So what you have ahead of you is good stuff. So there's no devil for you because you are stronger than that devil. And you are going to say, out demons! No devil! No to the offers that the devil presents. Because also what's interesting about the devil is it's the Lover's card with a different backdrop. So instead of the angel, it's the devil. Because those kinds of cards, if you think about it, are very similar. It's about having to make a decision. The devil card is also about feeling chained to something that you feel like you can't get out of, even though there's more than enough room in the cups for you to kind of unlatch yourself and move on. But I think that that's what you're realizing. You thank that person for what they did to in your life and what the lesson they taught you was. And then you keep it moving, because Aries, you got too much going on. Alright, so what we have, yes, we have the celebration card. So this is the last card. This is the card of advice. So we have, this is a wonderful time in your life. Difficulties fall away, and the light at the end of the tunnel is a star you can wish upon. The timing is right to make long-term plans for a joyful future. Have faith that things are going to turn out beautifully. Fantastic. Let's read what it says in the book. Sorry, my cat's doing something very cute and funny. Alright, so celebration. Now is the time for gratitude and joy. The star you see on this card is the light at the end of the tunnel. Challenges fade away and wonderful new experiences enter your life. Relationships that have been challenging in the past will now be rekindled. Your angels encourage you to feel great optimism and hope. Show confidence in yourself and know that your recent ideas or newfound inspirations are God-sent and will be fruitful. It's a good time to make long-term plans for the future. Consider this card to be similar to the candles on a birthday cake. Close your eyes, smile, and make a wish. Additional meanings of this card: renewed enthusiasm, spiritual joy, dreams realized, listening to your guidance. Well, Aries, I think that about does it. I don't know that there could have been a better way to end a reading with the celebration card. You guys are going to go through an amazing period of time. You've already started that for yourself. And so now it's all about letting go so things can get even more amazing and you can be recognized for the good hard work that you've been doing. So please keep me updated on what's going on in your lives. You can do so by leaving me a comment in the section below this video, or you can send me an email at intuitivetarotempath@gmail.com. I love to hear your stories. I told you one of mine, so now you got to tell me one of yours. And if you enjoyed listening to this reading as much as I enjoyed doing this reading, I offer personal readings at my website, www.intuitivetarotempath.com. I will leave both my email address and the link to the personal readings in the description box below the video. All right, guys. I love you all. I hope you have a great July. I'm certain you will, and I will see you in August. Bye.